Soon. Hey guys, what's going on? This Kaig1324 up here today with something a little bit different. Now you might remember a few months ago I did a video on the Xbox Game Pass. Now I'm going to be doing a similar video on the PlayStation Now, PS Now. And it's a very similar sort of type of service, and I wanted to sort of cover it, let you know my opinions on it, and let you know whether I think it's worth it. Sorry there hasn't been a video late in the last few days, just been a bit busy. Yesterday we were sorting out all of the PS2 games, and they are all alphabetized in alphabetical order in genre, as you can see, you know. All like the movie games, the fighting games, the board games, you know, music games, sports, etc, etc. Took a while to do it, fuck's sake. Took a while to do it, but hey, I'm glad the family's back on there and it's all sorted. But yeah, I got a PS4. I don't think I mentioned that in the last video, but I did say I was going to get a PS4. Basically what it was, I had been paid 2 times on the last couple of days ago, and I completely forgot because of the Easter holidays. Obviously they've got paid a bit earlier, so I got a PS4. I got the slim model from yeah, it came with FIFA, the FIFA edition. It was the only model the only sort of bundle that was around. Got it from Argos, $249.99 for a 500 terabyte slim model. Not a bad price for a new PS4 slim model at least. And I'm actually quite happy with it. Been playing around lately with it. I've only got the 4 games, physical games, and I've been playing that Killzone Shadowfall, and I was very disappointed in that game. I haven't finished it, and I've uninstalled it already. It just pissed me off. Been playing a lot of these free-to-play games and PlayStation Now. So, what is PlayStation Now? It's a subscription-based streaming service for video games. Now I'll show you the actual thing in a minute. I will do a capture card footage video of and talk through every single game on there and tell you what all the games are. This video is not really about that. It's more so talking about what it is and what I think of it. But I will show you what I use. But I have been playing a lot of PS4 lately, and just playing all these different games, trying out these free-to-play games, just to see if there's any ones that really stick out. I've given it like Armored Warfare a go. I thought it was alright. War Thunder, I couldn't really get into it. I just tried this one called Brawlhalla out, and that was a lot of fun. Played that with my brother, really funny. But excuse me. Anyway, so how much is PlayStation Now? It's $12.99 a month, which is more expensive than the Game Pass, which is only $8.99 a month. However, the PlayStation Now has 500 games on there. Now that is a lot of games, and I mean, if you were to play all of them, it would take a long time. Now, you haven't got every game on there, but you have got PS4 games and even PS3 games. So that's the only sort of way you can play some PS3 games on your PS4 is through PlayStation Now. However, there are some benefits to it and there are some downsides to it. One of the downsides for most people will be streaming, not download. The Game Pass, you actually download the games as if you would buy them from the store. It would download them. And yes, hello, you watching the video? You want another one? You are? Being fat. But yeah, like I said, the Game Pass, you install the games as if you would buy them from the store. But obviously the games can come and go. But you also get things like discounts and stuff on top of that if you want to buy the game to own it, just in case it does come off the game store, the Game Pass, etc. This video isn't really about that. I've already done a video on that if you want to check that out. But PlayStation Now uses streaming, so there are some benefits and there are some downsides. The biggest downside is that if you don't have a good internet connection, do not use Wi-Fi. Now, I can't stress that enough because I have tried that before. Like when PlayStation Now was just coming out. So it might have been that, but also because I was trying it through Wi-Fi, it didn't work very well. The games were virtually unplayable. The lag was terrible. But if you have a wired connection, which most broadband services will provide a wired Ethernet cable with their broadband connector, whatever you call it, Wi-Fi device. So the thing is, if you have a wired connection, put it in your PlayStation 4 and use it, because it will make the games run perfectly with hardly any notice in lag. The reason I didn't want to do the gameplay footage for them today is because I don't want to, slow down the internet even more. But to be honest, we've got things like tablets and phones on Wi-Fi, and I've been trying PlayStation now, and I still haven't noticed any lag with the wired connection. I'm not going to swap it to Wi-Fi because I know for a fact it's not going to work. Now, that's one of the main things. But another benefit to that is you don't have to install the games. For most people, like me included, you get a 500 gig model. And as you know, 500 gigabytes is going to get you about maybe 10 to 20 games on your console, which isn't enough. But you can buy 4 terabyte and 2 terabyte external Seagate hard drives, which I'll probably get a 4 terabyte one anyway. And I might get another one for my Xbox, just so I can overload my console with games. I know that sounds bad, but anyway, so you're paying $12.99 a month and you can play these games straight away if you've got a wired connection. And the best part is you don't have to take up hard drive space, and it doesn't take up any data and things like that. It simply choose a game and it will play. And obviously, but the thing is, there's some important things to notice. Is for some reason you can't be in things like parties and stuff while on PlayStation Now games, because it's using its own service. So you're streaming them from the PlayStation Now service, which would be its own server kind of thing. So make note of that. So if you want to play PlayStation Now, be aware that you won't be able to be in parties and things like that. But you can play PS4 and PS3 games, which is great for those who don't have a PS3 but want to check out some PS3 games. Or if you've got a PS3 and you don't have it set up, or you don't have a lot of games for it, you can play them on your PS4. Instead of this backwards compatibility thing that PlayStation isn't doing. I think they should. That's another video altogether. But that being said, I'll take a quick look at the PlayStation Now, and we'll have a quick look, and I'll show you some of the games on there, and I'll load up one and just show you how it's working. Sorry it's not properly a proper gameplay thing. I'll do a video on that again, showing all the games off. But as you can see, $12.99 a month isn't a bad price for 500 games. So as you can see, by the way, you don't need PlayStation Plus. I mustn't stress that. I can't stress that enough. You don't need PlayStation Plus. So as you can see, you load up the games and and it comes with all the games. Obviously, it comes with all games, and then it's just simply select a game and it will play. But I'm just going to scroll through here. I have tried I'm going through each game one by one and checking them out, kind of thing, in my own time. I tried games like Sam and Max, not really my kind of thing, actually, to be honest. But I'll talk about these games in further descriptions in a capture card footage version. But you've got a bunch of games on here, like all the Atelier games. These are very hard to find, actually. I believe they're PS3 games. They're hard to find, surprisingly. Some really good ones on here, like you've got the Batman Arkham games on here. You've got your fair share of indie games. If you enjoy indie games, fair enough. I'm not overly keen on them, but I'll give them a go. You've got all the BlazBlue games on here as well. You've got BioShocks on here. Some games that are quite old, and but you've got a great selection of games here. And like I said, look, you've got all these interesting games. Daytona USA is a classic. Some of these games I will say are on the Game Pass as well. But that's just because they were on the Xbox 360 and PS3. Disgaea series, I'm very happy for them to have Disgaea 3 all the way to D4. I really enjoyed Disgaea 3. Never finished it, but I enjoyed it. Devil May Cry 4 in the HD collection. I believe this is the PS3 version of the HD collection. But then again, it's the same game. Yeah, and I'm very happy to see Dynasty Warriors on there. Dynasty Warriors 6 through to 8 Extreme Legends. Now, I believe that might be the PS3 version of the game, not the Ultimate Edition. But I'm very happy to have them on here because, like I said, I have got all of these games anyway, apart from 8. But it saves me, you know, having to put in my PlayStation 3 to play them. But yeah, they've got some great games on here. Sorry about the camera work, but you know, Everybody's Golf, classic one there. You got Fear. It is I think it is better than the Game Pass because it's got more games. But I'll talk about that at the end and why what's the difference. You know, you've got some great games on here. All the God of War games, 1, 2, and 3 remastered, might I add, and of course the 3 God of War PSP games as well, which is really nice. Of course, they're the PS3 versions, but you know, you've got your fair share of PS3 games on here. House of the Dead 4. That game is the only House of the Dead game that never got a physical release on a console. And that's the only time I've seen this game. It might be on PS3, but I've never seen it. I enjoy that. Yeah, you got your fair share of games on here. You've got your fair share of adventure games like your Jurassic Park, Telltale games. Not really my thing. I didn't really enjoy Sam and Max that much, but I've got to be in the mood to play those sort of games. You know, the Jurassic Park one is actually kind of hard to find. Actually, all the Killzone games, including 1, 2, and 3. Of course, the first one on the PS2, but they did do a HD version of the game. Shadowfall, I did not like this game at all, guys. I wanted to finish it, but I got to a point and I just didn't want to finish it. Maybe I'll finish it one day. I was very disappointed in that game, as with a lot of people I hear. Of course, all these Lego games as well. Lego Batman 2, 3, the Harry Potter games, Indiana Jones, Lego Batman 1, Pirates Caribbean, Lego Star Wars. You know, if you're interested in Lego games, you've got these sort of JRPGs here as well. The Lost Planet series on here, you know. The Mega Man games, got MotorStorm there. I didn't even notice MotorStorm was on here. That is great. Oh, there's an RC version. Mortal Kombat, Ninja Gaiden, MX versus ATV. That's a fun series, I hear. Nobunaga's Ambition. I kind of want to try that game out. I'm into those sort of strategy style games. Overlord, and it's got the Overlord series. Very fun sort of Pikmin style game. Phineas and Ferb, I guess. Painkiller, Hell and Damnation. Now this game is absolutely fantastic. If you like Serious Sam style games, just monsters, just swarms of enemies. Pirates Caribbean there, Port Royale, The Puppeteer, you know, Cuba, you got Raiden 4 there, you know, you've got some great games on here. All of these Ratchet and Clank games as well. I believe they're all the PS3 games, but that's great because I love Ratchet and Clank. Red Dead Redemption with the Undead Nightmare. Actually might have to play that again because I can't wait for the second one. Resident Evil games. You got some Resident Evil games, including the Umbrella Chronicles and the Dark Side Chronicles, which, as you guys know, are actually Wii titles originally. They were on PS3 if you had a move, but still, you know, you've got great games on it. You've got Saints Row 2, 4, more Sam and Max games here. Samurai Warriors 4, I didn't even notice that at first. But yeah, the Shadow of the Colossus HD. Now, I've heard great things about that. The Silent Hill HD collection, Siren Blood Curse, Sniper Elite 3, still want to try that game out. The Sniper Ghost Warrior games, some Sonic games, Space Hulk. I'm actually looking forward for the new Space Hulk game, Deathwing. Unfortunately, it's not coming out on Xbox, but now that I have the PS4, I can get it. The Force Unleashed games, You know, I'm not going to talk in detail. I'll do that in a separate video, maybe in the week. I'm kind of pissed off Terra Unfolded's on there because I've got a physical edition, but to be honest, I'm kind of glad to have this as a physical edition. I'll give this game a go maybe one day. You know, more House of the Dead games. Oblivion's on there, even though I've got it on Xbox 360 as the Game of the Year edition. But, you know, if you're new, Lego Movie video game, you know, so, you know, some great games on here. You know, I'm kind of pissed off there's only one Uncharted game on here, which is the first one. Would be cool to have the others on here. You know, Virtua Fighter, Warriors of Rocky 3, some of the World Rally Championships and wrestling games, and just a bunch of games on here. So I will do a video and go through every single game. And actually, oh sorry, I'll just load up a game quickly. I'm not going to play it, but I just want to show you what it does when the game loads up, and how it runs. It should be alright. I'm hoping there's no lag. I haven't experienced any yet, but if I just open up, say for example, let's just open up, I don't know, this Adventure Time game. I have tried this game out actually, and it's a pretty fun little game actually. It's like a Zelda game actually. It was on PS3. As you can see, share, play, background, broadcast and party do not work. But you can, I think they might change that in the future, because originally, oh wait, the game has left PS Now. Why, so wait, that game's not working on there for some reason? That might, interesting, I don't know why that's not working. I'll just open up Atari Flashbacks. I know it's an older game. This is just like the Atari anthology game. Just comes with a bunch of Atari games. I know it's not necessarily the best thing to show off because it's not new or anything. They're older games, but just to show off how it runs and stuff like that. But see, you know, make sure you have a good wired connection and you won't experience any issues. But as you can see, what's going on here? Why is the game, it's froze? I've noticed that with my PlayStation. It keeps freezing every now and then and closing things on its own. I don't know why. Yeah, I have the Star Wars Eden Versio Battlefront 2 background. I like it. I like the little sounds it makes. But yeah, as you can see, it loads up a game. Obviously, if you do a PS3 game, you'll see the PS3 little sign-in thing on the side. But as you can see, look, there's no lag or anything. I know this is just the thing, but as you can see, let's just load up a game here. Let's just load up Centipede, classic game. But as you can see, you would notice lag on these sort of games. But as you can see, it's working fine with no lag whatsoever. Occasionally you might notice a tiny little frame drop, but sometimes that could be the game. That could be the game, not necessarily the internet, but it could be a combination of both things. But that being said, I'm very, very glad that PlayStation do offer some sort of subscription service for those of you who maybe have just got a PlayStation 4 and don't have a lot of games and don't want to play all the free-to-play games and you just want to play some of these games. It's well worth the money if you have good internet or a wired connection. Now, is it better than the Game Pass? I don't know. It's kind of like that. The scales are sort of, PlayStation Now is slightly above the Game Pass. For me, for one reason and one reason only, because it's got 500 games. But the Game Pass is a great service for Xbox subscribers, Xbox people, because like I said, you know, you get your Xbox One and 360 games, but you can also buy the games discounted. And again, you can play the games online and also game share with them as well. A lot of people don't realise that the Game Pass, you can actually share. If you do game share with someone and you have a Game Pass game installed, you can game share that anyway. PlayStation Now, I don't think you can do that. But one thing I will say, you can still play the games online with friends and stuff as if they had the disc version. Say for example you're playing Saints Row 4 and you wanted to play it with one of your mates, you could play it on PlayStation Now. They could play it on their disc version or a digital version, and it would work fine. I haven't tried it, but from what I've heard, it works fine. Only thing is, like I said, you can't be in a party, but you can always do game chat, I believe. But like I said, guys, I think PlayStation Now is a great service. I really wanted to just do this video to let you guys know about it, my opinions on it. I'm definitely going to pay $12.99 a month for it because it's cheaper than going out and buying all of these games individually. And plus it's cool to play some PS3 games as well on the PlayStation 4. But that being said, guys, what do you guys think about PlayStation Now? Do you subscribe to it after this video? Has your opinion changed maybe? Anyway, but like I said, I will do a gameplay capture version, not a capture card version, so you can see all the games clearer, and I'll talk more in detail about them because then I can talk about it for an hour or so. I don't know when that's going to come. Maybe next Sunday. I know it's a week away, but next Sunday is WrestleMania Day, so we don't have this little man here. Again, Heather's dad's taking him for the day and the night, which is great because we can watch WrestleMania. Really looking forward to WrestleMania again. Hype for it. I hope you guys, if you're interested in wrestling, let me know what you think about it. And of course, guys, if you want to play anything on PlayStation 4, if you have PlayStation Now and there's something on there that you want to play, let me know in the comments below. Let me know your gamer tags or whatever you want to call them. Network accounts, whatever you call them. And of course, guys, feel free to subscribe. I'm doing it all wrong here. You! Don't you shit in my house. Yes. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like. And, of course, feel free to comment below. Let me know about what you think and everything like that. Of course, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already and join the family. And, of course, have a nice day. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care and bye-bye.